Yellow! Congrats on redeeming first. Yeah, I don't know how the side up thing works. I know I was the one who set it up, but yeah, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, congrats on redeeming first. How are you? I actually managed to go live this time without skipping a week because Art Fight is happening. And yeah, last year, so 2 years ago was my first time participating in art fight, and then last year we had like all the wedding stuff to worry about, so I didn't like fully participate. I think I got like one attack out last year, so I'm excited to see what I can get done this year with art fight. Yeah, I have my art fight profile pinned, and if anyone wants to share theirs, feel free. I know some people are a little bit picky about that. Yeah, I'd love to see people's art fight profiles. Anyways, I wanted to work on this on stream, like all the sketching and stuff, the other day. I don't even remember what day it was. But then I ate a lot of food, and then I was like, you know what? I would rather curl up in bed and draw rather than sit at my desk and draw on Twitch. I know I could have done like a muted stream or something, and then no one would even know that I was like curled up in bed, but my computer is pretty far from my bed. I could have, I guess, dragged the beanbag upstairs to my computer and just curled up there, but I think it would have felt a little bit different. But anyways, yeah, I sketched out a bunch of art fight attacks, and I actually, technically, like I said, this is technically really only my second, I'll call it my second real art fight, because like I said, last year I was like really busy, but this is my first, like, I guess, continuous year of art fight. So I, like, first thing I did was go through all the characters I had bookmarked previously, like people that I follow and stuff, because a lot of people, I actually discovered a lot of people the first year I did art fight, and that's part of why I really liked it. I was like, oh, I found a lot more people that I like art from and stuff. So I was just going through people I follow and like picking out some of their OCs to draw, and so I technically had 5 characters sketched out, and then I looked back and realized that one of the characters belonged to someone who, I don't know if they're actually participating in art fight this year, because they actually hadn't picked a team, and I looked on their like profile, like their socials and stuff, and I think they're pretty deep in commission, so I actually don't think they're gonna be doing art fight this year, so I moved that out of this folder. I might still draw them as like fan art, because it is also their VTuber persona, and I really like the sketch I did for them, but I just won't do it as like an art fight attack, because yeah, that was my mistake, getting a little ahead of myself and sketching out a character before I confirmed whether they were active this year, because yeah, their profile still says spectator, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that, because like I said, even last year I think I picked a team, I did one attack, and that was like the extent of my participation. So let me put some music on. Where's my Spotify? Let me know if the music is too loud. Also, I don't normally check back after I stream. I know I should, but I actually looked back at my last stream and I was like, oh, the music was actually, like, it was technically fine, because I'm usually really quiet when I'm streaming, but I think it was also kind of loud for the parts where I was talking, so I was like, oh, you can't, like, you can still hear everything, but I could see where it could be a little overwhelming, especially if like you're listening to your own music or whatever, you're like kind of lurking. So let me know if this volume's okay. I turned it down a little bit. Yeah, and it's hard because I usually just look back at my Twitch VODs, which doesn't have my Spotify playing, but I try to record my streams too, so that I can look back at what it sounds like on stream. And so this was like one of the first times that I actually did that. Not my very first time, but I don't do it regularly, so I listened to it and I was like, ooh, yeah, the music's a little bit loud. So like I said, let me know if this is okay. Yeah, I did start rendering this one. I did the line art and stuff in bed last night while watching some TV, but I think I might save that for another time and or like off-stream stuff. I think I'm just gonna work down the lines. So one of the people that I've been following for a really long time, even before I got into art fight, is Maggie, who is also on Twitch as Hatsupi Miku, which it took me embarrassingly long to realize this was supposed to be a Hatsune Miku pun. Hatsupi Miku, Hatsune Miku. Like, it makes sense once I say it out loud, but I don't normally say it out loud. And then I realized, even though I've been following her for a few years, I've never drawn fan art of her. So I was like, oh, let me start with that this year. And then I saw her character reference and I started actually sketching it, and I was like, wow, maybe this is why there's a lot of details, which is really fun. It was really fun to sketch this, but it was very time consuming, and I will admit I'm kind of glad I didn't do it on stream, because I think I would have been like not at all focused on anything except drawing, which is not a bad thing, but I think like it took real focus to make sure I got all the details. And even there were like several times that I thought I was done, and then I looked back and I was like, wait, I missed something. But I think I have everything, and I think as I do the line art, if I see anything that's like missing or looks off, then it'll be I'll catch it a little easier. So yeah, we're just gonna dive right into it. Yeah, this is how many layers it took to get the full sketch done. And I also tend to make lots of layers in case I want to like tweak itty bitty little things, because I want this to be like as clear to me as possible when I start the line art. And then I just merged everything into this layer so that I like to lower the opacity so I don't accidentally draw on this layer. One of those little life hack things that I saw online ages ago, and then I was like, wow, that was actually really helpful. Yeah, and Miss Kitty Cat is sleeping on my desk again. No proper Cassie cam, but she's pretty asleep right now anyways, so I think she'll be okay. We'll check back at 8 o'clock and see if she bugs me for dinner, because let me actually really quick. I have an alarm set and I don't want it to go off because my phone is right next to my mic, and I know when it goes off during stream, it is probably not pleasant. I don't know. I've never really looked back at that part of the stream, but I'm sure it's not fun to hear like iPhone alarm jump scare midstream. But her internal clock is like weirdly good. Like, I don't know, recently, I think for the last like month, it's like right at 7:59. She'll be sleeping around 7 like she is now, and then at 7:59 she starts stirring, and like 8 o'clock on the dot she's like up on my face and like bothering me, begging for food, acting like she doesn't get fed regularly. She's a big plastic fiend too. I posted a video on her Instagram and TikTok where I post usual cat spam with her eating plastic. Weirdly, the video of hers that's like for some reason popping off right now is literally a video of her sleeping and hugging her leg, and then she like stretches her toes out, and it is really cute, don't get me wrong, but I'm really surprised. Like, I think there's like 3,000 something likes on Instagram, and it's kind of surprising to me. I'm not complaining though. I love that people like my cat. And it's so interesting, Instagram versus TikTok, because like Instagram, people are like, oh, cute cat, or like they don't say anything at all and they just like the video. Sometimes TikTok's like that. This time, for some reason, everyone just started sharing pictures of their own cats, which I'm not complaining. I love cats. I love seeing people's cats. They're very cute. But yeah, I was like, oh, like, because it wasn't like I posted like, oh, share a picture of your cat in the comments. People just kind of did it on their own. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not complaining. I've been trying to draw ears a little bit differently than normal too. Instead of the normal, like, normally I just do the 6. Or in this case, a backwards 6, but I don't know. Not sure how I feel about it. But I think that's my favorite part of Art Fight is like, the first time I did it, I feel like I experimented a lot with how I drew, and I ended up finding something that I really liked, like a style and method that I really liked. So I feel like if there's ever a time to experiment and, you know, find ways to grow, it's during Art Fight. And I think my first Art Fight year really was like the first year that I feel like there was a noticeable, I guess, improvement in my art. And I hope I can say the same about it this year, like at the end of the month. I will say I got a bit of a later start this year, and I'm not like, I still feel like I was like way more into it that very first year. But I think it'll be good anyways. I think it'll still be pretty fun. Trying to decide which layers to put some of the stuff on. Here, I'll keep that as the front and then do a separate one for the back stuff. Let's see, when did I stream last? I'm trying to think what else has happened since last time. It was the 4th of July. We had some family over. I think last time I streamed was while Kai was fishing. And yeah, the day after we had two of my cousins over, and one of my cousins brought her boyfriend, who like they both live nearby, and my parents came over, and we made spring rolls with actually the fish that Kai caught with his family. Pretty neato Cheeto if you ask me. I've been really enjoying using this brush. I'm still definitely getting used to it. Like, it's very particular. Like, drawing a straight line here versus like if I turn it this way and draw that same line, like, it's very directional in addition to like pressure. I don't know. But I like what I can do with it. I just need to get used to how I do it, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm trying not to go too hard on like the hairline because it's supposed to kind of just... Maybe that's okay. Ah, I got put on the wrong layer. Hang on. Okay, this I can still split up. Shoot, not there. It was all of this. Okay, and then this goes here. Which, now that I'm looking at it, I feel like this angle is a little weird. That's one thing I am not a fan of in Procreate, is how sometimes you like accidentally undo, and it also undoes the, like, when you select a new layer, so then it'll just go back to whatever last layer you were on. Little better. So we'll see. I feel like the horns also kind of alter the symmetry of all of this. I really like horns and designs, but I also always feel like I overestimate my ability to draw them well. I'm like, oh yeah, this is a really nice design aspect. I can totally do this. And then I start doing it and I'm like, this does not look how it felt in my head. I think this is okay though. I feel like, should I put who I'm attacking on the screen somewhere? It's probably okay. I guess people can ask. I have her model or like reference up here. I think this is my first year. No, is it? Yeah, it might be my first year doing art fight and streaming. Because I guess, yeah, last time. No, I guess I streamed the one attack that I did last year. It's just that it was only one attack, so it wasn't like a whole big thing. Cutie. Sorry, baby, I didn't mean to wake you up. Okay, so far so good. We just got hair, head, and horns, but that's a good start. I'm gonna turn this down. The other thing I've been trying to do is do an outline of the eyelashes instead of just blocking it in as black. Again, not sure how I feel about it yet, but I think, like I said, this is what I'm using Art Fight for, is to experiment a bit. Can you hear Kai? Can you tell he's home today? We were talking about what kind of predictions I could put on my stream. Predict whether Kai is home. Or we could do over under. How many times will Kai be heard this stream? Alright, 7:57. Cassie is awake, but she hasn't bothered me for food yet. We'll keep you updated. Bacon, hello! How are you? I'm doing pretty good. I'm glad to see you. How have you been? Yeah, we're working on some art fight attacks today. I guess also for those who are not familiar with art fight, it's basically an online like art trading game that happens in July every year. This is technically my 3rd year doing art fight. However, last year I didn't really have much time to like be super active in participating, so it's basically my 2nd year. Like last year I did 1 drawing and that was like all I had time for really. The year before I was surprised I got 10 attacks out, which I was like not very confident at all in my ability to push out art very quickly. So I surprised myself, and I was actually surprised that people attacked me back. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that at all. I was really just going into it as like this will be good practice for me to draw, like, I guess quickly, but also like practice my refining my style and my art ability a little bit. Doing good, just chilling from going to a con and concert. Ooh, exciting. Was it Anime Expo by any chance? Because I know that was a big one that was happening this last weekend. Yeah, AX looked like it was really fun this year. I did not go, but I had a lot of like friends and mutuals who went. So it was really cool to see, I guess, secondhand, if that makes sense. I heard the Love and Deep Space booths were kind of crazy. That was like a big thing on my feed. I think because a lot of people I follow are really into the game. I didn't know much about Love and Deep Space before this, other than like kind of the general idea of like the genre of game, I guess, and like the fact that they're like love interests and they're very affectionate. But I think in light of like all the recent stuff that was happening with was it Valco, the Valco drama, I learned a lot more about the game. I didn't realize there was combat involved in the game. I like literally thought it was just like the romance dialogue stuff, you know, whatever you would call that. So yeah, that was news to me. Yeah, I follow a lot of people who do play it, but normally when they are playing it, I'm not like actively watching, not like on purpose, but it's just that ends up being what happens. Like I'm usually like drawing in the background, so I just kind of like casually hear the sound of the gotcha stuff going. Yeah, it was a different con, but where I went, they had the Living Tombstone there, and I saw their concert. Ooh, that sounds exciting. The only time I went to like concert at a convention was what are they called? Sim at Crunchyroll Expo. They're the ones that did the opening for the last season of Attack on Titan. And Kai and I got really into their music for a hot minute after that too. I was like, ooh, they're actually quite interesting. Like, I like their music. I like their vibe. Hey, Sammy. Hey, Blanket. How are you? How are you doing? How was your weekend? And happy almost birthday, I think. Your birthday's on the 10th, I think. I know I say this every time, and I'm never 100% sure for some reason. But happy early birthday. Unless it's not today, is it? I don't think it's today. I feel like it's on the 10th. Hello again, Viet Beast. Did you get your Psyduck card in TCG Pocket? Pretty good. Weekend was good too. That's good. That's good. Birthday on Friday. Okay. Today's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, so yeah, birthday on Friday. Awesome. Oh, and you said you might stream, right? Or you are streaming? I can't remember. It was crazy because they sang songs that are popular or became like memes in Overwatch, or like the Overwatch Mercy song and FNAF songs. That sounds really fun though. Like, I love when like musicians and artists have something that goes viral, and instead of being kind of like, because I know it can be sometimes a little bit discouraging where it's like, oh, I have all these like projects that I put so much effort into, and then like the one that gets popular is a meme, and some people get like really discouraged. But it's really fun to see when like they really lean into it and have fun with it, because I've definitely been on that boat too, where I like do a simple little like doodle, and then that's what gets a lot of traction on social media. Oops, there we go. Like, what was it, my TikTok blew up because of a silly little axolotl doodle that I did, and that was what I was for several years. And then I tried to kind of use that to pivot into doing like art tutorials on TikTok, and then I kind of got tired of that. And then so now I'm at like way more followers than it looks like, because I have like 30 something thousand followers on TikTok and like average 10 likes on my videos now, because my content has changed so much. Which like I try not to let that get in my head, but then I'm like, it looks like I bought followers, so I kind of just wish it would go away. Like, people would just unfollow me if they're not interested in my stuff anymore. Ads, oh, sorry about the ads, but thank you guys for hanging out through them. Yeah, but you know the, well, yeah, like I said, it's nice to see people lean into it. I try my best to lean into it, but I don't blame people for sometimes being like, I wish this wasn't what people knew me for. Like, I know some people like to joke about like, oh, this can't be my legacy, but that also like, it's a real fear some people have. Understandably so too. There's like a weird gap in the hair here. Oh, actually no, that's fine. Oh, Cassie's like chittering. She's dreaming about something. Agile. Sorry about the ads. Do you guys personally prefer pre-rolls versus like midstream ads? Because I feel like most people that I see prefer the midstream ads, because then everyone's in this. I don't know why I'm asking while people are on ads. I'll wait till they're done. That was kind of silly of me. For anyone who's not in ads, how's the weather? How's life going? I think everyone's in ads, actually. I little vibe. Oh, hi, kitty cat. Oh, I should have taken that time to get your food, huh? It's okay. She's sleepy. She doesn't even realize yet. Once she starts bothering me, then I'll get her food, and then that'll be good. But I think she can wait a little bit. Are we done? Ads are wrapping up. Have we survived? Earth to chatters. Have we made it through the ads? Yeah, do you guys prefer pre-roll ads, or do you guys prefer like the ad breaks in the middle? I feel like I see pretty 50-50 like opinions on that. Like, some people are like, oh yeah, I'd rather just get the ads over with at the very beginning and not have them throughout. But then also, like, I don't like when I'm trying to like watch a streamer for the very first time, like ever. I just realized I definitely drew that part of the hair, but I must have accidentally deleted it. Oh well, guess I'm drawing it again. Back from ads? Okay, nice. Yeah, do you guys prefer the ads at the beginning or the like ad breaks in the middle? Because my thought is that if it's like midstream ads, at least everyone's in ads, so then I know when to like take a break and like stop talking or like wait for people, and then I can see when people are back. Some people like trying to like to just get the ads over with at the very beginning, but then I worry that like if you're seeing if you like a streamer, you're joining for the first time and you get hit with like a huge ad break, then like it's kind of disheartening, and it's like, oh, do I want to sit through this for someone that I don't know if I'll like enjoy? Or like the other example is when you like raid into someone and then they have ads play right at the beginning of the raid, so then you have to wait for the ads to be done before you can be like, oh, thank you raiders and all that spiel. That actually happened to me too. I drew a rush sketch of a sheep dressed like a wolf named Kofi from the shorts Chicken Nugget, and was shocked a lot of people liked my rush sketch. Yeah, it's always the stuff that you spend like 10 seconds on or like a few minutes on that like gets a lot of attention. And I think it's like also like the meme culture, right? Like people find it funny, and so then they're like, oh yeah, like we'll just like it's hee hee ha ha, and then that's what gets a lot of attention. But then you spend like hours on a piece and then like 2 people see it, and one of them is my mom. Are you ready for the news, Sammy? Ooh, what's your news? I want to hear your news. Oh, I saw. Guess what started today? What started today? Let me think. Today, July 7th. It's a Tuesday. I don't know what started today. You know what I did today? I went to the dentist. And even in my 20s, I still hate going to the dentist. Your birthday celebration week started today? Did you stream today? Cause okay, you know how I said my Twitch wasn't sending me push notifications on my phone? I did what you suggested and I deleted the app completely from my phone and then reinstalled it, and it still hasn't sent me notifications. Like I turned on notifications for a few people that I knew were gonna be streaming just to test it out. And then I like closed it and I still didn't get a notification. I was like, oh my gosh, I made custom viewer badges. I saw that actually on the creator like dashboard thing. I was like, oh, that's so cool that you can have event badges. Okay, when are you streaming next? Are you gonna stream like every day this week? Because since Twitch isn't gonna notify me, I'm just gonna put in a timer or something for myself to like just manually open Twitch at whatever time. I'll put it in my calendar because I missed your anniversary stream, and then I missed the beginning of your birthday celebration stream, or like your celebration week, I should say. So yeah, let me know when you're streaming next, because this is a bit redonkulous. Thursday, hopefully? Okay, gotcha. I will keep that in mind, and I will check Twitch on Thursday. If not Friday, then okay, I will keep an eye out. Yeah, I caught an Eggy stream over the weekend, or was it over the weekend or was it yesterday? I think it was over the weekend. Yeah, I was surprised. I was like, oh my gosh, because that was also a channel that was a victim of me not getting notifications, so I think that was only like, I always redeem the daily order so I know how many I have, and she reset everything to 0 when she debuted her Eggy model, and so I think that was only the 8th time I've caught one of her streams since she debuted that model, which is insane. Like I think that was also her first stream from the UK because she moved there at the beginning of the year. Yeah, I made cake slices for the viewer badges. Wait, that sounds so cute. Okay, I'll definitely have to make it to one of your streams so I can see then, because that sounds awesome. Yeah, I was thinking like, oh, that's so cool that they made that, but I was like, I don't really do many event streams. Like I did my stream anniversary kind of, but it wasn't like a huge celebration thing. It was just kind of a casual like, yeah, it's my anniversary, and same with my affiliate anniversary. And those are pretty much the days that I like, I guess, debuted models. So that was all like one thing. And that's the only thing I can think of personally for like myself to celebrate. I keep forgetting that Procreate actually added a select all option up here, which is like great, I think. There's a sub and watch time. Ooh, okay. So I'll have to watch a lot of Blanket Box. Sub or gift one sub and then you get the light pink cake slice, and then watch for an hour and you get the dark pink cake slice. Oh my gosh, what a tongue twister. It's not even a tongue twister, it's just everything's a tongue twister for me. Very cool. I think that would be so fun to like, I don't even care about like hosting an event. I just like feel like it would be really fun to like make badges for that kind of stuff. Maggie's hair is so fun to draw. Like, it's very big and fluffy. I had quite a few versions of this when I was sketching it too. Maybe I'll show the time lapse at some point. Maybe at the very end. You know what's so funny is I found this song, I assume I found this song when the second season of, what is it, Shadow's House came out. But at the time that I came across this song, I did not know about the existence of that anime. So it was like totally foreign to me. And only within the last like year did I see a bunch of stuff about it. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll give it a try, I'll watch it. And then I watched it and I was like, man, that song that I found like however long ago feels like it would totally fit the vibe of this anime. And then I got to the second season and realized that this is the opening song for the second season. I was like, oh my god, that makes so much sense. Like, I don't know why it didn't occur to me that this was written for the anime, because it's called like Shadow Dance. And like, I don't know, it just makes sense. And I still didn't put two and two together. Ooh, nice fish. What'd you catch? Caught a common 2-star black red eye. That's like 2 different colors. I think I should make more like custom fishing things, I guess. Fishables? That was my original intention with having the stream fishing thing, was to like have days where I just make a bunch of custom things you could fish up, but I didn't end up doing that, but maybe one day. We'll have a fishing tournament. I actually saw one creator who uses the stream fishing as like a tournament, and they like have some kind of reward, like at the end of the month they just count up all the fish that they've caught and stuff. Let me fish a Psyduck. Oh yeah, why didn't I think of that? I should totally add a Psyduck in there. You know what? I'll specifically add that Psyduck mug that you have. You can fish up a Psyduck mug. I love how Chatty Do recognizes that Psyduck prompt, but not earlier with the exclamation marks. Oh, break time. You know what? That's a great time for a break, because I actually do need to get Cassie's food, but thank you for redeeming break time. Also, welcome in, Lee. How are you? The Lee. BIDK. How's it going? Pretty good. I've got a bunch of sketches done for Art Fight off stream, so I thought it would be really fun to just go through and do like line art and stuff. Lee VIP. I don't even know how to like award VIP, but it's okay. I feel like I'll just keep that for like a special event or something. Oh, you have that cute Nuna. I love Nuna's emotes. Nuna's art is so good. Anyways, yeah, this is probably a good time to get Cassie's food. She actually, I'm surprised, she slept through 8 o'clock. Normally she's like ready to bug me right at 8 on the dot. And she's like, you know, get me my food. You have to /VIP, then add the person. Oh, I see. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, let's take a break there. Thank you for redeeming break time. Everyone else should also take some time to stretch and get water and all that normal stuff. I've lost my timer. There it is. Okay. Alright, let's go. Set countdown. I feel like 15 minutes is a good amount of time to take a break. Also because I forgot to grab water before I started streaming. I like poured myself some water earlier and then I left it downstairs. let my Apple Pencil charge as well. So I count down 15 minutes, break time. All right, I'll be right back. I'll use the bathroom too. I haven't used the bathroom. I think I'm okay actually. I used the bathroom not too long ago. But yeah, I'll get some water, I'll get Cassie's food, and life will be good. Be right back. Dun, dun, dun. was technically here like 30 seconds before that timer ended, but let's see, let's turn this off. I'm back. I see Vietbeast took over for about 2 minutes. How was the Vietbeast stream? Where you almost drew Psyduck and then didn't? I would watch a stream where you drew Psyduck. You could do just one stream, one Vietbeast stream. You just draw Psyduck really quick, and then ads. Really? I thought ads ran at the beginning of that break. Gosh darn it. I guess the break will be an additional 150 seconds long. I'll pretend I haven't come back yet. I'm still AFK, definitely, until ads are over. You will never stream too. You could do it. I'll be there. And you know who I feel like I used to enjoy watching? Tim Buckley. I watched him play Splatoon. That was fun. Ad break over in 30 seconds already? Hey, I'm not complaining. Oh, I guess 150 seconds is only 2 minutes, so I'll wait till the ads are done and then we'll keep going. I'll just zoom in onto the face I've drawn so far. That's a nice face. How accurate is this timer? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I mean, wait, I'm supposed to be AFK until ads are over. I can't tell. I think they might be over. See, OBS says they're over, but then Chatty Do has not told me they're over. That's why sometimes I'll pull up Chatty Do's, like my channel from Chatty Do's perspective instead of my own, because Chatty Do gets stuck in ads too, actually. And so I can see on Chatty Do if ads are still going, and sometimes the message sends where it's like, oh, we're back from ads, but Chatty Do's still in ads, so I know it's lying. Chatty Do hates me. Me too sometimes. That's why if you look on my overlay, Chatty Do's messages don't show up. Also because I think I have Chatty Do sending way too many messages, so I feel like it spams the chat a little bit. So in the actual Twitch chat, it's there, but then on the overlay, like right over my head right here, you don't see the Chatty Do messages. But when ads play, I have the emote like overlay where it like spams all the emotes, so you can tell when Chatty Do is saying something about ads because, oh, like just like that, the emotes start flying up on the screen. It's like a snack. Anyways, are we back? Have we made it through? We can keep going now. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, we were talking about Vietbeast stream. You can do a collab with Tim Buckley. Last time he streamed, I think, was Splatoon. No. Hear me out. Vietbeast, Tim Buckley, Kai Hane. Collab stream. And then all three of you will get canceled at the same time because you'll all start yelling inappropriate things at each other. No, I think you guys would be okay. I think you guys can do it. I think it would be very entertaining. And Vanilla Mochi. Ooh, all four of y'all. How does this earring? I realized that on this side, it's not actually an earring. This thing right here, that is just this thing, because that ear just has like the thing on top of the ear. But this side doesn't have it, so I think, yeah, I'll just put this earring. I'm just gonna guess what it looks like here, how it connects. Like center part, and that's kind of like a sun, it looks like, I think. Is there a nothing else clearly depicting it, but it's kind of giving like like sunflowery. Not like a sunflower, but like how you would draw a sun. Maybe I should have turned this layer, wherever it is, off. Ooh. Okay, hang on. You know what would help is if I think maybe using, oops, what the heck, this pen for this part might be easier. So I'll just put this as like a outline, kind of. No, that will never happen. You're right, because Kai Hane doesn't seem to want to stream anymore, which is okay. It's not his cup of tea. Vanilla Mochi keeps saying he's gonna come back, but it's been a long time. Because he also said he would do an art stream 4 years ago. That didn't happen. Let me put this on its own layer too, actually. Because it doesn't quite feel centered. I think the 4 like cardinal directions are slightly longer. It's hard to tell because the reference is like very, very small. I don't feel like the number of like spikes are important. I'm just gonna say 3 between each of them. What if I made a Psyduck VTuber model? You could stream as Psyduck and draw a Psyduck. It would be like a self-portrait. Let me redo this. I feel like I don't quite like how I did that. Also, okay, I feel like I can like render that and make that look pretty decent. It's such a small detail anyways, but I think I can fix this part at least. I feel like I should make it like the edge a little bit thicker. I can go like I still want to keep the inside really detailed, which is why I start with the thin brush, but I think going over it with the thick brush after lets you have like that bold standing out kind of vibe without compromising the details, even though it's like literal pixels. I mean, that's what everything is, right? But like it's like very much pixelated because it's just the earring. It's always funny like zooming in and like getting really into the details, and then you zoom out and you're like, there wasn't a huge difference anyways, but I know it's there, and it's gonna bother me. Okay, I'm gonna group that. Also, before I forget, she has a mole under her lip here, and I can barely see it on this sketch, so I think I'm gonna add it here before I forget that it exists, and we can just move it where we need to later. Oh, and then also little diamonds she has. Like two little, it's like a purple one and then like a dark. I can't tell if it's black or purple, like dark purple. Okay, work smarter, not harder. There we go. And then our horns on top of it. I might actually use, so I have this brush and you can get it for free on my Ko-fi actually. Where is it? Where is it? I have too many brush sets in here. Basic brushes. I feel like I need to do another version of this where there's no gap between them, but I guess the gap really depends on how big it is too. But like that's a handy brush for when I want to do like beads and stuff. Granted, these are more like, I don't know what you call those, more chains. They are chains actually now that I'm looking at it. I think I'm still gonna draw them as beads just for the sake of getting this done a little faster, because this is, not to diminish art fight, but art fight's one of those things where I'm like, if I'm trying to get a lot out, then I think as long as the vibe is there, I don't need to focus too much on making it super, super accurate, because it's essentially fan art, right? But I will make this gold colored. Like, I want it accurate, but I don't want to like wreck my brain over the little things in this particular case. I should go like this actually. And come around on the other side. All right, and I think, yeah, that's just those two. that side also has it. Where's that other horn? It's over here. Here's this one. Actually, that part should go behind it anyways. Here, like this. Where are my basic brushes? Here we are. And here it goes. There. We'll just put these together. Cool, and then similar bead thingy bobber. Almost. Oh, I use the other pen for it. I might do the same here. Use this as a guide. The angles probably aren't quite right, but I think that'll be easier to see once we have the whole thing, like all of the spikes. Oh. Raiders? Oh my gosh! Thank you for the raid! Oh my goodness, Goob Raid! Hello, hello, Wellesley, welcome in. Hello! How are you guys? What were you up to? Deltarune, ooh, exciting. How are you guys? I hope your stream went well. Yeah, I'm Sammy. I'm mostly doing art and stuff. Ooh, thank you for the follow, Black Glowing Ball. Ooh, that sounds so ominous. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just doing some art fight stuff. Super chill, kind of just vibing here. Yeah, it's my third time doing art fight, but I'm counting it as my second because last year I was like super busy in the middle of like wedding planning stuff, so I didn't really have time to fully participate last year. So it's my second/third art fight ever. So yeah, and I guess for those who don't know, art fight's basically that like art training game that happens in July, where a bunch of artists will basically like, they have like profiles for their OCs and stuff, and then people attack each other by drawing other people's characters and stuff. So yeah, this one is Maggie, who's also a streamer at Hot Soupy Miku on Twitch, and I've been following her for a while, and then I realized I never drew her character before, so that's what I'm working on today. But yeah, thank you for the raid, and if you need to raid and run, totally understand. Yeah, hope all went well. Thank you for the company. Yeah, sorry, I'm very awkward. But also hello, Lee. I love it, Goobraid. How was Deltarune? I've never actually played or watched people play Deltarune, but I always see like fan art and like discussions about it online. Like I feel like I've secondhand seen a lot of like the fandom stuff, but like not enough to really know much about like the game itself, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I hope everyone's night's going well. I haven't been very consistent with my streaming lately, but I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. I think last month just felt like there was so much like stuff. It was like a lot of stuff happening, but also not much happening. But I think also work was kind of taking me out a little bit. I think I was explaining last stream that like we had a new hire start, and she's great, but I think like new hires just inherently come with a lot of like training and explaining things, and I still feel like I'm relatively, I would almost say new to like, I'm not technically new to this job anymore, but our team is so small that we haven't had a lot of experience with onboarding new people. So like everything's still very casual. Like we don't have specific training documents for the work we do. So a lot of it is like the last few times that we onboarded new interns and stuff, I came up with like a bunch of documents that helped us with training. But since then, a lot of it has gotten a little bit outdated. So now I'm like, it's like me and my coworker mainly both training these two new people to our team. One of them's on our team, one of them's on a different team, kind of helping us out. So like the two of us are tag teaming, pretty much hopping on a lot of like Teams calls and stuff just to try to walk them through a lot of the work we do and stuff. And then I'm trying to update all the like paperwork stuff that I was given when I was starting so that I can like give them something to work off of. But yeah, it's also interesting because so our new hire, she's like fresh out of college, and like this makes me feel really old, but I don't know if it's like a generational thing, but or if like she's just like a very quiet person. But she isn't like super, I mean, nothing wrong with not being super talkative. I don't think I'm usually very talkative either. But like when I'm on a call with her and I'm like explaining things to her, we don't really have our cameras on when I'm walking her through like some of the design work we do and stuff. But like she's like dead silent the entire call until we're literally getting off the call. And like I'll even ask like, oh, do you have any questions or whatever? And like it's just no response. And so I'm like, oh, is she there? And so like I think once or twice I was like, oh, are you there? I don't want to seem rude or anything, but I'm like, oh, can you hear me? And she's like, oh yeah, I hear you. And I'm like, oh, okay, just checking. Because then it feels almost like I'm streaming at work, basically. It's like I'm talking and no one's like really responding, at least like verbally. So then I'm like, oh, I can't tell if I'm like getting through to her. And then like I guess the other thing is sometimes like I'll tell her like, oh, I'm gonna give you a call to explain something. And I usually like to give people a heads up if I'm about to call them, because like I don't like unexpected calls either. Uh, like obviously I'm kind of prepared for it and have gotten used to them with work, but especially with people I haven't worked with much, I'll usually shoot them a message first and be like, oh hey, I'm about to give you a call if that's okay, or like let me know if it's a good time to call you. Um, and so I'll like shoot her a message like that, and she'll say okay, but then she doesn't pick up my call, and then so I'll like check in and be like, oh, is my call going through? And she's like, oh, sorry, like, my headphones weren't in, which I get it. I miss calls like that too sometimes. I'm like, okay, no worries. So then I try calling again, and then she still doesn't pick up. And then I see that she like sees my messages and stuff, so I'm like, you have Teams open, but then she never calls me back either. Like if she misses a call from me, like if I miss a call from my supervisor or like my coworker, like as soon as I see it, I'm like, oh, let me just call him back when it's a good time. But she doesn't really do that either. So I'm like, I don't know if that's like just like virtual work culture for the young ones nowadays, or if that's like maybe, I don't know, or if that's like a her thing. Because I don't think I'm that old, but then again, my siblings always joke that I'm like old and whatever. I'm only like 8 years older than my youngest sibling, which like I thought about it and I was like, oh, our new hire is closer to my brother's age than to my age, so maybe it is like a culture thing. Because I did have my last year of college was virtual because of COVID. But I guess that's different than if you went through like all of high school and college in like a virtual or hybrid setting. So maybe that's part of it, is like I'm a little out of touch with how people do things now. And like even as it is, I felt like I was really like Zoomer, I guess, compared to my supervisor and stuff, who like they were already in the workforce when the pandemic happened, so all the virtual stuff for them was always at work. Like I thought it was weird for me to go into a work, like a in-person job, and be like, oh yeah, I don't really know how in-person work culture really is supposed to be, because I only ever knew hybrid work out of school. But I don't know. I just gotta keep up with the times, I think. I think I made this middle part too big. I think that's the problem here. Okay. Okay, and then we established that earring's not actually an earring, that was just this piece on the reference. So I think, aside from the details on the horns, this might be good, which I think the details I'll just do when I'm coloring. Like I don't think that needs specific lines. I think we should be good. Yeah. Let's keep going with the body stuff then. I'm also gonna move the neck. Let's see, I'm trying to think of the layer order. Okay, this and yeah, I'll move to the bottom. We can fix that little hair thing after. Let's start with this bow, because I think that's kind of like the frontmost thing. Okay, I think we've got ads running. Thank you guys for chilling through the ads. We'll see you guys on the other side of that. Maybe that's okay. Pencil's bugging out. Okay, there we go. I don't know if anyone else draws with an Apple Pencil and has like the issue where when you, I don't know if I've replaced the tip on this one before actually, but like I feel like it never fully stays tightly screwed on. Like it's on enough, but pretty regularly I feel like it gets unscrewed, but I think that could just be from the repetitive like tapping and dragging, and so it starts kind of turning over time inherently. Oh, you know what? Instead of doing that, I should have undo all that. Let's instead put a layer on top. I think I like this better. Go like this. Alright, we're back from ads. Welcome back, welcome back. Still doing the same thing, don't worry. Didn't miss much. Let's see. Let's find a couple chains so it's like I think I added the Vocaloid version of this song before Prosecca had like their Sekai covers on Spotify. Unless they had it on there from the beginning and I just didn't notice, but I don't think they did. Oh, I've got hiccups, uh-oh. I think I might use the other brush for this. Back when I first started playing Project Sekai, there was this guy on TikTok Live who would regularly play only this song over and over on master, trying to get all perfect on the lowest speed. So it was like you actually have to just memorize the map to do that. He did it eventually, and then, or maybe the original goal was just to full combo it, and then once he did, then he moved the goalposts and was like, I'm gonna do it on the lowest speed setting. And it was like every day I would see this guy playing this song. actually, I started playing during, I wasn't at Anime Expo, but it was during Anime Expo because I was getting all the Anime Expo like rewards and stuff. And that was 3 or 4 years ago, something like that. Let's see, I've been living, let's see, 1, 2, I think it would have been 3 years ago. Something like that. I'm trying to think, because I can remember where I was living at the time, and I'm just trying to count backwards, like how many years I've lived at specific places. Oh wait, this should be way smaller. Hold on. It should be a little circle. Hi, kitty cat. My kitty cat has joined us again. Oh. Yeah, she's right at the bottom of the stairs looking up at me. Not the bottom, but like halfway. Oh, never mind. She came right up. Hey, sweetheart. You want to sit on my desk? Come here. Come here. Oh, you don't want to? Okay. She'll probably be back in a little bit. One day we'll have a proper Cassie cam on my desk. Alright, I've got the little one right here. Man, I'm spending way too much time on this. This should not take as long as I'm spending on it. Okay, there we go. Alright, I don't want to spend too much time on this, so... Too late. Alright, that's that. Maybe under here we'll have the little... Oh, you know what? I thought this was like just a little string coming out, but I just realized it's like also part of the shirt. Okay, so let's group this together. And then we'll just dive into the shirt piece. Oh, hi kitty cat, there you are. I knew she'd be here in a moment. Hi sweetie, okay, make yourself comfortable. I have a little kind of pet bed. It's more like just a fuzzy mat, but she likes it, so she sleeps on my desk sometimes. And then occasionally demands my attention. But yeah, we just got our food about an hour ago now, actually. Wow, time flies. I feel like I did not do an hour's worth of drawing in the last... I guess I did, but for me at least. I'm a little slow, so that's part of why I like Art Fight. It really forces me to practice being a little more efficient. Granted, I feel like my art pacing when I'm streaming, even if I'm not really actively talking or anything, it's just like in my head that like, oh, people might be watching me, and then I don't know, I get a little more hung up on stuff. But it's also something I want to get better at. Working under observation. I used to be in this research program in college, and there was a point where some of our data was like coming out really funky, and we could not figure out why. By the time I graduated, I don't think they figured out why that particular like thing was coming out so weird. Like our controls were not coming out at the zeros that it was supposed to be at. And so one of the lead researchers was responsible for like watching everyone who worked on this project just to see where the error was happening. And she was like watching me, and she was like, yeah, I know you're doing everything right technically, but yeah, I just have to watch you just to verify that you're doing it right. And I was doing it right, but man, it made me so nervous. I was like, I know this process like the back of my hand, but now that there's somebody watching me do it, it's just nerve-wracking. But I think streaming has gotten me a little bit better at that, even if no one's like commenting on it and stuff. Like, it's mostly just the idea and the knowledge of like someone potentially watching me that makes me nervous, but I've gotten better at not being nervous about that. Okay, that's probably good. We don't need it on both sides. I still think Neo is one of my favorite Prosecca anniversary songs. Like, I don't know, something about it, like... Although, I will say the recent one grew on me. And to be fair, that one has so many versions because it has every group singing it. Or like a version with every group singing it. But I think off of like first impressions and stuff, this was Neo was the one that like I feel like resonated with me most like off the bat. This was a fun one too. This was the Leonid event. I'm still debating whether I like this brush. I like the variance in line weight, but it is a little harder to control. But I want to give it like an honest chance. So I think for the duration of Art Fight, I will continue to use this brush just to like really give it a fair shot before I decide whether or not I like it. And it's not the first time I've used it. I used it for that Miku Char Aznable drawing I did a while ago. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still undecided. Okay, for the buttons, I'll definitely use the easier to control. I think what I'm gonna stick with is like that other brush for like bigger shapes and stuff, and then all the details I'll still use the studio pen, like my modified studio pen. I think that's too many buttons. I did miss those chains in the middle too. One thing at a time though. I'll get the belt and then I'll go back and add the like kind of ribcage looking chain she has in the middle here. I like the little detail of all the like bones on her design because she's supposed to be like a reaper. And in her profile she says not the Grim Reaper, but a Grim Reaper. And I've never noticed that about her design, how she has all the little like bone motifs. Okay, maybe I should use Studio Pen for this. For the things that require little details, I think the Studio Pen is a little better. For me at least. Maybe I'll make it a little more parallel with this. I was listening to this song when the news came out that the Queen of England died, which is just so funny. Like imagine listening to a song called Queen and also that was like my first or second week of my current job, and I remember being like, oh, like I wonder if this is like a current event kind of thing that I can chit chat with my boss about, because I was like, I don't know, I'm in office now, and like I feel like coworkers chit chat. I don't know. Didn't really keep in mind the fact that we're all awkward engineers, and so I don't think small talk is anyone's strong suit in our office. It's gotten better, but my boss came by, and so I was like, "Oh, did you hear the queen died?" And he was like, "Oh, wow." Yeah, and then he goes, "Was she old?" And then it dawned on me that maybe I'm not as bad with current events as I thought I was. There are some people out there who are a little bit worse. So yeah, I was like, yeah, I think she was pretty old. I was like, oh, okay. And that was the end of that. And that was the last time I brought up current events with him. Not the last time, but usually now if I do bring up something like that was like in the news or whatever, it's like with our whole team, like everyone in the office is like hanging out or having a meeting, and then I'll be like, oh, did you guys hear about this or that? And like usually someone either knows about it or like knows enough to ask about it. What's going on in here? I'm working on an art fight attack. Welcome in. Hello, cats at play. Ooh, I like that. Speaking of cats, my cat is asleep on my desk right now. But yeah, we're doing an art fight attack. So I guess if you're not familiar with art fight is yeah, it's like an art sharing game that happens every year. I don't know when it started, but it's been a thing for a pretty long time. I used to, even before I started posting my art online, I remember a lot of artists that I followed were doing art fight. I've actually joined art fight this year for the first time. Ooh, exciting. This is I guess I should say my second active year. I technically started 2 years ago. That was my first art fight. And then last year I kind of sort of participated, but I was in the middle of wedding planning, so I didn't have a lot of time to like really get into it. So I only did one attack last year. So yeah, that was, I still consider this like my second art fight, but yeah, if you want to drop your art fight profile, I'd love to check it out. Because like I said, I have a bunch of stuff bookmarked, but I actually made a little bit of a mistake this year where I sketched out a whole bunch of characters that I wanted to draw, and then I realized it wasn't like a huge mistake, but one person that I had bookmarked a character from, I started sketching their character, and then afterwards I realized that I don't think they're participating in art fight this year, so they didn't actually like their profile is still there, but it says like spectator because they didn't pick a team. And then I checked their socials and I was like, oh yeah, they're doing like commission stuff. I don't think they're doing art fight this year. So I was like, okay, I'll keep that on the side for like normal fan art or something of their character, and then post it not during art fight. So my bad. My art fight is the same as my Twitch user. Oh, nice. Okay, I have art fight open right now, so I'll pull it up so that I remember to look later. But very cool, yeah. I remember like, yeah, my first year, I wasn't streaming yet. I've only been streaming for about a year and a half now, I think, something like that. Yeah, so the first time I did art fight when I was like really active in it, I wasn't streaming, so I was like mostly watching other people stream, and then that's kind of how I found people to attack too, was like I would just hop in people with the art fight tag and be like, hey, I'm gonna attack this person because I like their character. I'm also trying to improve my digital art skills with art fight as well. Oh, I'm so sorry, you probably just got hit by ads. I'll wait till ads are done, and then we can keep chit-chatting. Oh, that was fast. Okay, you're back? Okay, perfect. But yeah, I love art fight for that reason, because the first year that I participated in art fight, like from the beginning of the month to the end of the month, I was like, wow, like all that like back-to-back drawing actually improved my like a lot of my like basics and like my skills and stuff way more than I thought it was. Like I still don't consider myself like huge like great artist by any means, but I drew a picture of my own like character at the beginning of Art Fight, and then at the end of that Art Fight I kind of redrew the same thing and was like, wow, even just in that 1 month there was like so much improvement. So it was really cool. I'm also drawing on my phone with my finger. Wow, I'm always really impressed with people who can do that. Like, I don't think I could do that very well. Like, I used to like doodle on Snapchat and stuff with my finger, but I couldn't imagine doing like full-on drawings with my finger. I'm like extra impressed when people can do that. But that's really cool. I hope Art Fight goes well for you. Yeah. I've got your profile up on the side, so I'll be sure to check it out later. Because yeah, so far I have I have these 4 sketches done. 3 of them are people that I follow on like other socials and stuff, and then one was just one that I found from like, I think last year or the year before, the Art Fight added a feature on their website where you can like, it'll just like take you to a random profile or something like that. So yeah, I do plan on getting an iPad and Apple Pencil when I can afford it this summer. Ooh, nice. Yeah, that's what I draw on. This is my iPad, and I draw with my Apple Pencil, and I really like it because it still feels like the same as when you're drawing with a normal pencil, and you don't have the disconnect of like when you hook a tablet up to a computer. That is how I started with digital art, was like that kind of format with the thing that you plug in. But yeah, especially for starting out, the Apple Pencil iPad combo is really nice. Ooh, so far I've done 6 attacks. Ooh, nice. Dang, you're on top of it. We're only a week into Art Fight. You're like zooming through. I haven't finished a single attack yet. Like, I am almost finished with this one, and then this one I've been working on today, but I kind of am taking like way too long. Like, I feel like in this same amount of time I was like done with the line art on the other one that I just showed you. And to be fair, this character has a lot more details and stuff, but I also think when I'm streaming, it's very easy for me to get sidetracked. So that's where I'm at right now, but I also think it's fun to stream it anyways. So yeah, I'm really fast at drawing. That's a nice skill to have. That's something that I would love to work on. Yeah, so I think this year I'm gonna try to work on being a little bit more. Okay, I say that, but I think my goal for this year will still be to try to improve my skills, and then also get used to drawing like while streaming. I guess like get faster at drawing while streaming, because ever since I did start streaming, I have noticed that problem where I'm like way slower. Even if chat's quiet and I'm quiet, for some reason I feel like it takes me so much longer, and I get so much more hung up on details and stuff. Like, it's probably like a subconscious thing, but yeah, I think that'll be my goal for this year, is try to get better at drawing efficiently while I'm live on Twitch. I think the subconscious feeling that like people are watching, I think also gets to me, even though my average view count is usually like 2 or 3 people. Like, it just makes me a little bit nervous, but I want to get better at that. I want to be less nervous when I believe that people are watching me. Not just with drawing, but with like anything, I think. Especially, like I said earlier, I'm getting to a point at work where I'm training a lot more people, and so I have to be a little bit better about like talking through what I'm doing, but also not spending too much time like doing it. Like, I still want to be efficient at my work. So I think it will be a good skill. Then again, I don't really do like a rough sketch before doing line art. I just do it and then color and pixel. I find it so interesting when people do that. I really like watching people who do that, because then I'm like you can kind of see the shapes slowly take form. There was a point where I used to draw like that, and then I think I got a little more used to the idea of like sketching things out first, just so I could be like super duper messy and like kind of feel less bad about, like, at least on Procreate, when you like transform things and like move things, it like every change you do makes it slightly more pixelated. So I started doing the sketch so that I can be like as rough with it as I can have to be, and like it can be like super warped and pixelated, and like I can still see the main idea. So then when I line art it, like I don't have to think as much, I can just kind of go for it. But yeah, I think to each their own, you know. Man, finger drawing and no sketch, that's extra impressive. I think I use Ibis paint for drawing. I never know how to say that actually. Is it pronounced like Ibis or IBIS? That feels like one of those words that I've seen written a million times, and now that I'm saying it out loud, I'm like, I don't know how to actually say it. But yeah, I've always heard good things about that program, so yeah, very nice. Let's see. Technically there's... Oh wait, I didn't finish the belt. Oh my gosh. Here I am getting all carried away again. Okay, so this is like... This is the two arrows coming into the middle, basically, or like two pointed parts. This is the opening for Agents of the Four Seasons. I started watching that, but I haven't watched in the last like handful of episodes. Maybe I should. You just say the letters in the IBS part. Oh, okay. IBS. Good to know. So that I don't look silly next time it comes up and I have to say it out loud. It's like that issue that people always say, like when you read a lot and so you know a lot of words, but then you realize you don't know how to pronounce said words because you've never heard it said out loud, you just see it written. I don't watch Love Island, but I know there's one guy who has made that mistake with a few words now. I know Epitome was one of them, so people were calling him the epitome guy because he said epitome. And then there was something else he said that was admittedly a more common word, but I can't remember what it was. But I feel like I said, like that just means like he used it correctly, he just pronounced it wrong. So that means he knew the word. So that just tells me he is probably a well-read guy. But I don't know. I don't watch Love Island, so I don't know much about the guy. I don't watch a lot of TV, TBH. Yeah, most of the time I don't, because I'm really bad at like actually keeping up with like shows and stuff. Unless it's like all out already, and then like I can sit down and binge something once in a while, but even then I have to be like really in the mood to binge it. But now and then there will be something that I really enjoy watching. So for example, House of the Dragon season 3 just came out, and at some point I didn't watch it when it first came out, but I binged season 1 a few years ago, and I really liked it. And then and then I was kind of bummed because I was like, man, now I have to wait however many years it was until season 2 comes out. So then I was like, man, this is why I don't watch TV, because now I have to wait. And then season 2 was announced, and I was like, oh, I should maybe rewatch season 1 so that I'm ready when season 2 comes out. And it was perfect because my husband was like, oh, I'm kind of interested now. So we both started, like, he was watching it for the first time and I was rewatching it. But then partway into that, like, binge, like, we both, I don't know if we got busy or what, but we didn't end up finishing season 1. And so then I never got to season 2 because I was like, oh, I haven't finished rewatching season 1. And then I just totally forgot about it until recently when season 3 came out. And so I was like, okay, I should finally watch season 2 since I never finished like the rewatch of season 1. And I was like, I think I'll be fine. I'll watch season 2 before season 3 comes out. And so I binged it, and I literally finished the last episode of season 2 like I think like half an hour after season 3 technically came out. So then I watched season 3. Okay, so I watched season 3 pretty much right when it came out. However, after I finished season 2, I was like, let me take a quick break, and then I will like browse Twitter or whatever, and then I will watch that first episode of season 3. And I don't know why I thought that was a good idea, because immediately I opened Twitter and I get this huge spoiler for that first episode of season 3. And I was like, it literally came out. Okay, I think at that time, now that I think about it, it was like an hour and a half after the episode came out, and the episode is like an hour long. So I was like, the end of the episode technically only like hit HBO 30 minutes ago, and there's already spoilers all over the internet. And so I was like, okay, time to watch episode 1 of season 3 right now. One show I kind of binged was Arcane. Oh, yeah. And Ginny and Georgia. I've heard good things about Ginny and Georgia. My sister watched it / watches it. I don't know if that's an ongoing thing. But I haven't watched that one. But I did watch Arcane. I watched that with my husband too. Yeah, both seasons. And then I think they confirmed the next few, like, I guess, regions or lands or nations or whatever in League of Legends that the next shows will be about, because they have at least one confirmed, or like they're confirmed for at least one more. I don't know if you would call it a series or season, because it is technically going to be like a separate thing than like Arcane itself. But yeah, I think that's really exciting. I don't know when that's supposed to come out though. And then what else? Witch Hat Atelier I was actually keeping up with. And that one's easy because the first season's already like done. They left Ginny and Georgia on a cliffhanger, so there's 100% going to be a season 3. Arcane, I think, yeah, the Arcane like storyline is finished. They're just gonna do more stuff in like the Runeterra, like in the League of Legends universe, but it's gonna be like a separate story. Like all the Jinx and Vi stuff is finished, but they are gonna do I'm pretty sure they confirmed 3 others. It was Ionia, Noxus, and I can't remember what the third one was. And I think a lot of people are thinking that Noxus is gonna be the next like nation. I don't know what to call those. The next like area that they explore, because at the end of Arcane they show the Raven thing, which I think is Swain's thing. And then also there was all that setup with like Mel and Mbessa. But yeah, I'm excited for what they do with that. Like, I don't play League of Legends, but I have kind of like explored the lore and stuff just because I think it's really interesting. I did briefly get dragged into TFT, and so I've played like on and off quite a bit, but yeah, I'm not a huge like League person, but my husband is. He got like super back into TFT in the last like year or so too. Oh, my stretchy kitty cat. She's stretching and her paws are like on the wall. You're gonna fall off the table like that. What a cutie. There's so much detail in Arcane that every time I go on TikTok, I always see a video about a certain detail or something. Yeah, it feels like there's so much that can be like analyzed and stuff. That's one thing that I really like about it. Like, it's just, you can tell there was so much thought put into like every aspect of it, really. shorts. I'm trying to find a pose to do for the next OC because I'm gonna attack, but nothing's fitting the vibe. Are you looking online for like references and stuff, or are you like just kind of throwing stuff on the canvas and seeing what sticks? I've been trying to be a little better about like dynamic poses and stuff too. I know people are always back and forth on whether you should use like 3D posers, but if you're, I think there's a free app on the App Store called, I think it's called Easy Poser or something like that. And it's basically like a Blender, like 3D modeler kind of thing. And they have like a few preset poses, but also you can kind of like warp the thing, kind of like those little like wooden models. Yeah, so I've been playing with that and trying to like try out new poses and stuff, and I think that's pretty cool. Hello there. Hi, Lucas or Aryuka. Welcome in. How are you? Can I call you Lucas, or let me know if there's a specific name you want me to call you? I'm really bad at reading usernames. That's one thing I've learned since I started streaming. Like I've always hung out in people's chats and like been like a serial lurker, and I never really thought about how hard it is to like interpret some people's use. Like they're not necessarily hard, but then sometimes I say what I think is right and then I second guess myself, and then I'm like, maybe that's more about me though, like being a second guesser of sorts. You can call me Smokey for all I care. I'll call you Smokey Lucas. But how are you? How's your day going? We're just doing some art fight stuff. I'm trying to be a little bit better about my pacing and stuff, because yeah, I tend to get lost in my head when I'm streaming, so it takes me like a bit longer than I expect to draw stuff. Like I was hoping to finish this attack today, but it is almost 10 o'clock for me. But I'm not quite tired yet, so I think I'm okay. I'll probably just keep going. I feel like the responsible thing to do would be to take a break, but like I feel like I'm in a flow. My kitty cat's getting antsy. Let me give her a little head scratch. Lucas is the main character from Mother 3. His name in the Japanese version is Ryuka. Oh, okay. Lucas Ryuka. Okay, gotcha. The only way I could get the name was to put them both together. I like it. I think that's clever. So do you prefer Lucas or Ryuka? Like which one, if you had a choice, which name would you have gone with? I like that emote also. It's just vibing. It's just grooving. It's jamming. I want to do more fun emotes like that. Okay, before I forget, I'm gonna put the little like rune thing on the pants, which I think she has a reference. Oh, I'll just copy it from here. Okay, this little triangle thing with like an arrow. Maybe I should use the other brush for this. Yeah, I think I will. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. I hope you enjoy your stay. I feel like a lot of creators have like a name for like their follower base. I feel like I should do something like that. I don't know what I would call it though. Like, welcome to the Dude Squad. The Sammy Dude Squad. The weeb in me says Ryuka, but the normie in me says Lucas. I feel that. It's always like, because I don't feel like I'm like in front, like around other like weebs. I feel like very much a normie, But around like my parents and my siblings, I feel like a weeb. And I feel like I'm not very strongly one or the other. I just found a Pinterest post that has a bunch of images of ears in different angles. I love that, like when there's like a whole bunch of like references and stuff like that in one place. But then once I like find it, I look at it and I'm like, would it be weird to put this on my camera roll? Like, as an the artist in me is like, wow, this is like jackpot right here. But then I'm like, anyone else would look at this and be like, why do you have this saved? And then it's just like, I can explain, like, that's how I am. I don't save feet pictures to my camera roll, for the record. But like when I'm struggling to draw feet and I'm like Googling pictures of feet, I feel like such a freak. That's why you make boards. Yeah. It's like I make my private boards and I'm like, nobody sees these. I haven't used Pinterest in a while, actually. Like I log into it once in a while, but I never like save the things I need. I'll just like look at it once and then be like, cool, I'll find it again later if I really need it. But yeah, I've decided you're cool enough to follow. I'm flattered that you think I'm cool enough to follow. Not many people think I'm cool, I think. My siblings think I'm very unk. Very unk? What am I, 50? Why did I say it like that? Imagine someone walks in on you just scanning feet pics. I'm always worried my husband's gonna walk in on me looking at feet, and then he's gonna be like, just back away slowly. It's okay, it's not like he doesn't also look at weird stuff. Nah, not really, actually. I've got ads coming in soon. Alright, maybe at the next ad break I will also take a quick break, because I should probably drink some water. I haven't taken a break since, I think, the first hour of stream. Ads, my arch nemesis. Yeah, I try to, when ads are happening, I try my best to like acknowledge it and like maybe take a break so that people aren't like missing out on anything, but I know I'm not like super great at that sometimes. I'm struggling to find a pose to reference to. Sometimes, like, at the very worst, I'll like, it sounds really silly, but I'll like kind of just stand in front of a mirror or something, or try to pose in the way I think it'll make sense. And then I get embarrassed looking at it and I'm like, man, nobody's gonna see this either. But sometimes, like, don't be shy to use yourself as a reference, which I guess can be kind of hard if you're drawing something non-human. I didn't really think about that. Like if you need a reference for like animal ears or something, like that could be kind of tough. Oh, speaking of animals, my kitty cat is doing a big stretch across my desk. Hi, cutie pie. Having a good sleep? She's like laying upside down with her arms stretched up. It's so cute. Yeah, I'm getting the vibe that we probably won't fully finish this today. That's okay. Maybe I made that thigh too squishy. I like squishy thighs, but that might be a little too squishy. better, I think. Can a thigh ever be too squishy? You're so right. See, I love squishy thighs, but I feel like I can't do them well. Like if I make them look really, really squishy, like I feel like I tend to accidentally make it look more like a cup, like a full-on just overflowing cupcake. So I think I need to work my way up in squishiness because I feel like I'm still getting the hang of it. I've only recently started actually getting used to like being comfortable going for the thigh squish. You know who oh, what's your ArtBite user? Mine is Sammy Do. Here, I'll send the link. I think I have it in the pinned message too, but let me just send it again. There you go. There's my ArtFight profile if anyone wants to follow, and if you guys follow, I'll also like take a look. Or if you want to send it in chat, I am totally for that. I will open all of them and like take a look at everyone's profiles later. I have a few open, including Maggie, who's the one that I'm drawing now. She's also on Twitch as Hot Soupy Miku. Highly recommend following her. She's really good at like pumping out ArtFight attacks too. I think she was actually streaming earlier today, working on ArtFight stuff. I was watching her briefly, but I was like mid-work day for me, so I wasn't like super active in chat, but I've been lurking in her streams recently. Yeah, she's great. I also really like how she draws eyes. Like the way she renders eyes is like very, very satisfying. Okay, I think ads are coming up soon. Here, I'll just drop this here. I think I'm gonna take a break right there. We'll come back to this, maybe finish that other leg, and yeah, low-key, I should probably start winding down. It is a work night, unfortunately, so I feel like I should probably be responsible. I'll probably be awake for a little bit, but I also know myself well enough to know that if I don't get enough sleep before work, I get so grumpy. Same, yeah. I'm like, I know I'm gonna wake up and be like in a mood if I stay up till like 1 in the morning or something. And I feel like I also just need time to lay in bed and like rot. So let's take a quick break. I'll put a timer up. I should be asleep. Don't tell my boss. True. Yeah. I'm like, that's one thing about working from home too, is like sometimes it's like man, the urge to just take a nap. Like sometimes I am just taking a nap for my lunch break. One of my coworkers actually does that when we're in office too. Like he was literally like, some days I just like during my lunch break curl up under my desk and sleep there. I usually work in the afternoon, so I don't really worry about staying up too late. That's nice. Yeah, I work 8 to 5, so but again, it's like hybrid, so most of the time I'm at home, so I can be technically pretty flexible with it, but I'd rather be clocked in at 8 and then be done by 5, so yeah. Anyways, I'm going to set a timer. Let's take a quick 15-minute break, and then I'm going to grab some water, because, yeah, I should count down. Let's do 15 minutes, and we'll call it hydration break. Everyone else should drink water too. Make sure you guys are staying hydrated, especially because it's summer, so it's getting warm. Oh, there's the ads. Perks of working in a food truck. That is nice, actually. Okay, let's get this. Okay, hydration break. Okay, I'll be back in about 15 minutes. Take care of yourselves, behave yourselves, don't go too crazy in chat. everyone's break. Alright, let's get rid of this timer. Yeah, we'll go for a little bit longer and then probably wrap up afterwards. Yeah, let's just keep going with the squishy thighs. We've got one squishy thigh, we've got one more squishy thigh to do. Honestly, I feel like once we're done with this leg, the boots feels like a bit of an intimidating task to do right now just because of all the details on it. If anything, I might, after I finish this, whatever I do on stream, I might... Words are escaping me. Yeah, I might finish, like, see how far I get today before I decide to call it for the night, and then I'll try to finish, at least finish the line art before next stream, whenever that may be. It would be nice to get another one in this week, but we will see. Because let's see, it's Tuesday right now. I'm going into the office on Friday because one of my coworkers, it's his last day, which probably means I won't stream on Thursday. And then Saturday we have people coming over, which means I probably won't stream Friday night either. So I guess it's either a stream tomorrow or not till next week. Unless I do a weekend stream like on Sunday, but I feel like the chances of that are also a little bit low. We'll see. We'll play by ear. I've never been good at setting stream schedules because I make promises that I'll stream and then life happens. But yeah, if anything, maybe a stream tomorrow. But one step at a time. Let's see what we get done today, and then we can also use that to kind of judge. Also, I just realized this is not supposed to cut through this. It's supposed to kind of wrap over that ring. Let me get rid of all of this. I feel like the first step should have been to do this part, honestly. Alright, got this guy. I think I will use my other brush. We'll use this one. Maybe this part can be thinner. I feel like. Oh, that's why. I mean, point still stands, I suppose. Oh wait, it's not that side, it's this side. I kind of want it almost to seem like it's like a straight line and it's just creased. Let's try this again. Maybe in this case we will use this brush. Better. Yeah, we'll stick with that for now. Group that. Okay, let's do the sock and then we'll do the thigh last. Low-key really enjoy drawing grunge alternative OCs. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I think that's one important part of art fight is knowing what you enjoy drawing, because I feel like some people end up getting pressured or like feeling pressured to draw things that they aren't really comfortable with. So I think you should always remember what it makes you happy to draw, like what things bring you joy to draw. Because I feel like this year especially, I don't know if it's always like this, but it feels like there's so much more drama online regarding art fight this year. Like people are like getting really hung up over like etiquette and like, oh, you have to like do revenge attacks on people who attack you, which like I think if you can like go for it, but like if you don't want to, or like I don't know, you shouldn't feel obligated to, because not everyone who attacks you is necessarily gonna have a character that you're like comfortable drawing, or that like it doesn't quite like inspire you the way some other OCs do, or like in some cases, like I know a lot of bigger creators, they get a lot of attacks and they just don't like, there's not enough time in the day to respond to every single one. So it feels kind of odd that this year especially there's a lot of people who are like, oh, you're rude if you don't like do revenge or like doing a revenge attack and whatever. And I'm like, I don't know, you should just have fun and like draw what you want, draw what you think you're capable of, and life happens. Like you shouldn't, art fight does not have to be a full-time job. If you can devote a lot of time to art fight, then good for you, but you also can't expect everyone to devote a lot of time to art fight. Like if the act of drawing people's OCs isn't enough fun for you, then maybe you need to rethink art fight. Is art fight when artists fight to the death? That is what it sounds like. Art fight is basically Yeah, and this is for anyone who doesn't know. Art Fight is a art trading game pretty much, and it's been going on for like several years now, and it's only grown bigger over time. But pretty much the idea is that there's like a website where everyone can like upload their own profiles and put like their OCs and their own characters and stuff like that. Um, and then every year there's like usually there's 2 teams. This year they actually have 3 teams. And so you join a team and then you quote unquote attack people by drawing other people's characters. So like you'll pick someone from a different team and you'll draw their character, and then your team gets some points for that, and then you just go back and forth. So yeah, a lot of fun stuff like that. So far I got like 5 attacks and 4 of them are revenges. Nice. That's good. I feel like it's a really good way also to discover new artists to like follow, or like find artists that you like and stuff, which I think is really cool. There's a lot of artists that I started following because I found them on Art Fight first. So yeah, it's basically a big like community art trading game, I think is the best way I've heard it described, and I think that's very accurate. But there's always like some level of like drama where people are like, oh, I attacked this person and they didn't say thank you or something like that. I don't know. But I don't know. I just think it's fun to draw, and I feel like that's the best way to do Art Fight. Is just if you enjoy drawing, then you draw, and if you don't have time for it, then you like no one's forcing you to participate. You know. Seeing nerds fight to the death would be pretty lame. Hey, it could be interesting. Not saying that you're punished. Not saying thank you is punishable by death. Yeah, where are your manners? I'll show you manners. It was actually when we were younger, my little sister, there's this really funny quote that we bring up now and then. I don't even remember what the context was, but I think like our grandparent gave us something or whatever. And so our parents did the whole like, oh, you know, make sure to say thank you. And then my sister looks at like me and my other sister, I think, and she goes, use your manners. I already used mine. And we love quoting that. I already used my manners. Where are your manners? She was probably like 3 or something at the time too. Today I felt kind of lazy with doing an attack, so I just attacked someone that had a cat OC named Woogie. Aw, that's such a cute name. My little kitty cat is sitting on a cardboard box next to me. What a little rascal. Yeah, I know, right? Do you guys have any pets? My cat's definitely a rascal. Oh my gosh. Speak of the devil, she just climbed onto my PC and almost turned it off. Hi, cutie pie. Don't turn my computer off. I kind of need that right now. Well, there's 2 thighs. Let's see. Okay, there's all these chains and stuff. Here, I'll do these like back, like flaps. I don't know what to call them. We'll do that really quick, and then that way it'll be set up to draw like all those chains and stuff later. And then I think I might call it there. It is getting a little bit late. I think I should get ready for bed. I should brush my teeth. I went to the dentist today, and he didn't say anything bad, but like every time I'm at the dentist, just I hate the feeling of like all this the scraping and poking that they do. And so it just makes me really want to like, I don't know, brush my teeth extra so that, not that it changes anything, like they're still gonna poke and prod every time, but like, I think I especially just hate the sound of the tools on my teeth. And like, you can't even like plug your ears and escape it because it's in your mouth. So it's like these noises are in your skull. You can't get rid of it. Let's see, girlfriend has a cat that allows me to pet her periodically. I have 3 dogs, but I want to get a cat, but my dogs would kill it. You never know. I feel like some dogs give off like really aggressive vibes, but like they're just so different with cats. Like I've seen, obviously, if you do end up getting a cat, like introduce slowly, or like any animals, like you want to introduce them slowly just in case. But sometimes like I've seen a lot of videos where people are like, oh, I thought my dog would be like really aggressive with the cat, and then it turns out that the dog is like terrified of the cat. Oh, sorry about the ads, that was terrible. You better not have any cavities. Real, I didn't have any cavities. No cavities for me. I think apparently my mom had a dentist appointment yesterday where she got a filling. I didn't know about that. But yeah, I'll wait till ads are done. We can chit chat if you guys are stuck in ads. I know sometimes ads run, but not everyone gets stuck in them. But I usually just operate under the assumption that people are in ads. Oh, here it is. Okay, so it looks like this. One of my dogs has actually killed cats. Oh no! The other two can coexist. Okay, then in that case, maybe a cat wouldn't be a great idea. But I'm glad you know your pets enough to like know that. Hi, kitty cat. You hear me talking about cats? You think I'm replacing you? Nah. You're too cute. I can't replace you. She's like sniffing around on my desk. It's so funny because recently, if I stay up too late up here, I don't usually stay up too late at my desk, but occasionally when I do, my cat like will come up here and just start getting all up in my face as if she's telling me like, oh, you gotta go to bed. Huh, kitty cat, is it almost time for bed? Are you telling me to go to bed? Yeah, recently, so my dentist is actually the same dentist I went to like growing up, which is like a 30-minute drive from where I live now, which isn't too bad. The only problem is I have to take time out of my work day usually to go there, and it's fine because like my work schedule tends to be pretty flexible. As long as I get my work done, it's fine. But recently I've been going, like my dentist appointment coincides with my little brothers, so on the way there I then have to pick him up for the dentist appointment too, and then so the 1 hour lunch break, like 1 hour of travel time, and maybe like the hour or so that it takes to actually do the dentist appointment turns into like a whole ordeal. So yeah, I have to pick him up and then I have to go to the dentist, and both of us have our appointment. And then today he was like, oh, can we get lunch too? Because it was around lunchtime. So I was like, okay, let's grab lunch really quick. And then I had to drive 30 minutes back home. So it was like a whole thing. And then I found out that my mom had an appointment yesterday, and I was like, man, you could have made your appointment yesterday so that mom could have taken you. But you know, whatever, it is what it is. I low-key hate how dry your mouth feels after an appointment because of having your mouth open for so long. I know, right? And then also, so this is kind of a personal problem, but I like ever since I was little, apparently I just salivate a lot more than the average person, I guess. And so it gets like messy in my mouth. Like there's spit going all over the place when the dentist is working, and it's kind of embarrassing. Yeah, my dentist literally laughed at me today because like he was like, oh wow, like you have strong like whatever they're called. He said something glands, but I couldn't quite hear him because like, you know, there's tools in my mouth, so I couldn't really hear. But I agree, like I walk out of there and like it makes me so happy when they give me mouthwash because I'm like, at least it feels a little bit wetter. But then the whole drive back, I'm like, man, I could use some water right now. And then sometimes they give you like the fluoride stuff, and so it's like, oh, you can't eat or drink for 30 minutes. So I'm like, now I just have dry mouth for 30 minutes. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, for me, I think I just absolutely hate the like sound of it, like the sound of the tools going like scraping on your teeth. Anyways, I feel like we got most of like the body and stuff done. Got a lot of line work done. Usually I'm a bit faster, but I think I just kept sidetracking, but that's something I'll work on. I'll get a little bit better about streaming and drawing at the same time and staying focused. yeah, in the meantime, yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. I'm gonna look for somebody to raid. Nobody I know who does art fight is streaming right now, but maybe I'll look at the art fight tag and see who is. Oh, Cats at Play. Thank you for the follow. I've appreciated your company today. I hope you guys and all your pets are doing well, and I hope you get lots of sleep or have a good day if depending on your time zone. But yeah, have a good day and rest of your week. Let's see who to raid. Normally I only raid people I follow, but I do think it would be good to raid someone who's doing art fight. Here's someone. They're doing like a cute little bunny character. Yeah, let's raid this person. I don't know who they are, but hopefully their vibes are good. And she's also a VTuber. She's got a cute little witch hat on. Yeah, let me get this set up. Let's see, raid channel. Ash yeah, their name is Ash the Mage VT. Hello? My model disappeared too. I think my VTube studio also crashed. We live? I think I'm invisible, I think. I can't tell if I'm actually here. The timer's still going. Okay, I see myself, but I don't see. I can't even open VTube Studio. I'm just invisible. Ooh, here, let's see. Well, I guess if we're gonna raid out anyways. Wait, okay. Did I send the raid? I don't think the raid went through. Okay, let me see. Yeah, we'll just have invisible Sam. Wow, my reactive is broken too. I don't know how that happened. Okay. Ash the Mage VT. Okay, let's send this raid out before anything else breaks. Okay, have a good night. I'll try to stream tomorrow, and if not, we'll probably see you next week. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for the raid earlier today, Elsie. I think it was Elsie. Yeah. But yeah, have a good night. Oh, also hello, Alex. I'm sorry, that was terrible timing, but yeah, I'll try to stream tomorrow. Yeah, okay, bye-bye.